Welcome to the Awakened Goddess Show, your source for inspiration, wisdom, and personal discovery. The place to learn from a diverse mix of mentors, metaphysical experts, spiritual leaders, and best-selling authors from around the world. I'm your host, Angela Wilkinson. Join me as I explore the minds of my masterful guests while they share powerful insights and easy-to-use tools you can start using right away. Now, let's tap into the energy of the Awakened Goddess and be enlightened by today's guest. Hi, I'm Angela Wilkinson, and welcome to this episode of the Awakened Goddess Show, where we co-create powerful, conscious conversations on the leading edge. Today is a very special episode because I am the one in the hot seat, and my dear friend Rhonda Lee, you've seen her on the show a few times. She's one of my favorite people in the world, and she's here because I trust her so much. I'm handing the mic over to her, and I'm letting her interview me today. So welcome, Rhonda.
Thank you so much. I am so excited and honored to have this opportunity. Anytime with you is always the best time. We always have a wonderful time. And
Yes.
I'm thrilled to be able to put you in the hot seat and pick your brain a little bit today.
Yeah.
So, you get to be the expert today, and you get to lay it all out for us and give us a magical ride into your wonderful brain and where you're going and what you're doing. So I am so, like I told Angela actually before we started this show today that I am so excited about her upcoming trip because she's getting ready to go to the UK. I feel like I won the lottery and I'm not going. Yeah, I'm just so excited about it. So I think that's where we're going to just go ahead and dive in. Can we go ahead and dive in?
Yes.
All right.
Of course, because I'm super excited about that too.
This is going to be an amazing opportunity to take the Awakened Goddess show to a more global audience. I'm beside myself. I love everything that you do. I love your show, and it's just been such a pleasure. It's like a delicious little pleasure is watching you grow and expand your vision with this. And now, you already have a global audience as it is, but now you're taking the interviews on the road and it's just going to be even bigger and more expansive. And so,
yes,
I am beside myself excited. And I want you to tell us, it's amazing. You're living the dream right now, Angela. So many people have these ideas and they don't ever, get up and get moving. And you have propelled yourself forward to this. I mean, it's tremendous. It's a tremendous opportunity to, expand. And I want you to tell us some about your trip and everything. Give us any details you're willing to.
The details. Well, okay. Here's the thing. This whole trip experience, I've been talking about it for quite a while. If you've been watching the show or listening to the show, you know that this has been something I've talked about for a while. And really, I am stepping into this trip with faith that it's all going to work out and a lot of trust. And it's on my growth edge. I tell you, it has been something I have held really close to my heart. I've always wanted to travel, and yet for years I let money, that lovely money, get in the way. And so because I could never see the path, I always said, oh, you need the money. Where's the money going to come from? Because I couldn't see it, then I kind of just kept putting it on the back burner. Just like, oh, well, when the money comes. Well, life just doesn't happen that way, right? We have to really.
Sometimes you have to force the hand.
Right. We have to really put the stake in the ground and say, this is really what I am going to do. This is what I want to do, and move in that direction. And I'm an action taker. I do a lot of action. I move the things forward that I want to do. But those bigger dreams I have, this being one of them, I was like, okay, like I said, I was holding myself back. But then when the opportunity came about, when a listener said, hey, I know that you want to travel and I live in the UK, I would love to invite you to stay with me for up to 30 days and help you take this adventure and make traveling Europe a little more feasible. And so I was like, wow. I mean, to have someone open their home, I've never met her in person. We've met now virtually, and open her home and say, I would love to welcome you in. And I mean, that's huge. And that was like the first step of telling me you're on the right path. And I knew that that was a huge opportunity that I wanted to take advantage of. So that was kind of like the catalyst to get me to step a little bit more out of my comfort zone. Even as I talk about it, you can probably feel my energy and how I'm like, oh, it's bringing up these feelings of pushing myself beyond that edge. Because one of my edges is really asking and receiving. And this experience of stepping into this trip has required me to really step outside of my comfort zone, ask for help, put together this auction, which I thank Kathy Lawson. She is another listener of the show, and she donated a beautiful necklace that she created, and she said, I want to help support you fund this trip. And that was like the next breadcrumb that said, keep on going. There are people that want to help you. And, because I do the show from home, most of the interviews are done online. It's easy to kind of be in this little bubble. and and so you can stay in a protective, safe place for a while without really having to ask. And that was like the next step. So I had to get over myself, really, and use this inspiration of Kathy donating her necklace to then step into asking other guests and fans of the show if they wanted to donate. And so then that was like the next thing that unfolded. And so then that was what helped me purchase my ticket to Europe. And so I leave on October 4th. Woohoo! Here in a few days, if you're watching live or listening on iTunes. And so, yes, it's how I'm allowing this trip to unfold. How, like, I'm going with the flow. I'm allowing the energy to guide me. And what's beautiful is that I've had past guests that over the past year have given me confirming messages that this is all aligned. Recently, Trisha Michaels was on, and she channels Archangel Raphael, and I was speaking with him, and so this trip is really helping. Whoa. Yeah, right. Got that little wave.
I'm feeling it. Okay.
Yeah. So this trip, there is something very, as he says, predestined. So there is something about the expression when I go on this journey, and allow it to unfold. I know that I'm going to meet incredible people. I'm going to be at high vibrational places. I'm going to be in areas of sacred sites and vortices. And I know that the people I'm going to meet are going to be, it's just like I'm holding the space for this all to unfold, to go to the places I'm supposed to go to and meet the people that I'm supposed to meet. And so that is a little scary if I like think about it too much, because when you don't know exactly where you're going to be at what time, it's like, wow. but the grand scheme is that I will be in Europe for 30, maybe 30 to 35 days. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Right? So, and my home base will be in Bath, UK, which I hear is a magical place, close to where Jane Austen, there's like a museum, Jane Austen Museum, and it's right down from the Roman baths. So, which is
You better do some social media posts like every day and give us a little snippet of this tour. That's all I have to say.
Well, that's my intention, is to kind of video log or vlog as I go through. Now, I'm not the best about posting, but I certainly will be capturing hopefully a lot of this on camera. But so that'll be my
Give
home
us a
base.
little teaser. Just take a little snapshot with your phone and send it something. Tease us.
Yeah, so what I think one full episode is going to be of the travel, kind of like the travel log of places I go and people I come in contact with. I'm not sure. So that'll be fun to put that together. But so I do plan on visiting Scotland. I have a few people there that I want to interview and hang out with and play with. And then Ireland, again, I have a couple people there. Recently, I interviewed Aideen, and I want to go hang out with her and play with the dragons and the fairies. That should be super fun. I know, right? And of course, I have to go see the Eiffel Tower and do like more of the touristy things. But I want to go to south of France, and there is a cathedral there, and it is very goddessy. It's like one of the most goddess central places. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to follow the goddess, find where she is, and go to these sacred sites, and yeah, just let it all unfold.
Oh my gosh. Well, first, I'm gonna have to say that I don't even know if you are aware of the energy that you're sending out with this. Like, by you stepping up to the plate, you bring all of us with you. And
yes, I hope so.
It's a responsibility, but it's also, you've opened the door for so many other people just by doing this, because you stepped into your dream, and you have this wide range of viewers, and we're getting to witness this unfold with you. It's like, that's like slapping down a healing right there. Just take your expert self up there and do your master interviews and do your magic, but by taking these steps and allowing us to live this with you and allowing us to participate with you, you've opened the door for so many other people to step more fully into their dreams. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I have chills.
Yeah, and thank you for saying that, because that's really what a lot of the show has been about, is allowing myself to be as transparent and authentic as possible, with my own experience with guests. And I talk about this co-creation and being on the leading edge. It's like, yeah, where can we step in, and where can I step past my comfort zone, and how can we take everyone that's watching and listening on this journey with us as we're stepping into these unknown places. And yeah, that's always what I've wanted to capture into the show. And help people not just consume more information, because there's so much freaking information out there, right?
Uh,
It's more about, what are you going to do with the information? Are you, I want to, in the show, embed energetically this experience that just by watching it takes you to a different level. Yeah.
Absolutely. And it does. And, and now you're moving even more fully into that. And, I just didn't know if you had taken the moment to feel the weight of that and the power of that, and and literally how you've empowered your audience just by you doing it. Mm-hmm. Just go do it. And it brings everybody else with you. And that is amazing. And I want to thank you so much for taking these steps, because, that any shift up brings all of us up. And I appreciate that. Any vibrational frequency moving upward, it does it for all of us. And I just want to thank you so much for following your dream and stepping into this, because, you've done that. You've paved the road for more people to do that, for us to live through you during this experience. I am so excited about this experience. So excited. I want to sit here and make lists of people I want to contact and say, my friend Angela is bringing her show there. So I have a lot of friends in the UK. So, your time might get really full.
I suspect.
People, you only have 30 days.
I know. It's amazing how when you have a container of 30 days, whatever, and that's the thing. There are so many magical places. There are so many amazing people to connect with that, I know that there's going to be an abundance of things to do and opportunities. And that's where I have to, use my intuition. And I've been fine-tuning my intuition over years. And so this is like an opportunity to step in and say, guide me and trust that things will unfold perfectly. Yeah.
They will. And you're not going to be the same person when you return back.
Oh, no.
I think you just, it'll be different. It'll definitely be different. And while I'm even getting on that, definitely be different. You will be changed. And you're going to change all of us in the process, as we witness your unfolding and your blooming with this. So while I'm on the subject of change, there's going to be some changes within the show as well, right?
Yes, yes.
Tell us about the show.
Well, let me back up just for a second, because I feel like there's a little bit more here. What I want to say is I so deeply appreciate you, Rhonda, and everyone else that has contributed to the show, whether as a guest or as, donating to the fundraiser, or buying something from the fundraiser, or being a member of the show, because all of you help. I'm the host. I set and hold the sacred container, and then all of you guys help support this everything that unfolds from there. So I just want to take a minute just to thank you all for supporting me, because wow, when I think about especially with this trip, once I was able to get comfortable with asking for help and receiving it, and allowing, wow, it's just been huge, the amount of support you all have given me. So I want to thank you all for that.
Well, thank you for allowing us to participate. It's just, it gets us more vested into what you're doing by allowing us to share that joy with you. And actually that is a very generous thing that you have done by opening up and accepting donations and help and assistance along the way, and allowing those of us to come on the show and to share with you. It broadens, it blooms. It's very, very generous. You could do the Awakened Goddess all by yourself with you and your camera. Absolutely. You could have, you've got so much information to share, and with your background, there's just tons of stuff you could do. But instead, you allow us to come on your show and you give expert interviews. I'm dropping the expert bomb because you are a master at what you do. And so you've allowed us to participate in this journey with you, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and more exciting. And I think you've been very generous, so generous. So thank you for allowing us to be on the show. Thank you for allowing us to help you get to your dream destination for the show. And I think that this is not going to be it by any shade of the imagination. I think this is the first dream destination. And then I think you're going to come back and there's going to be another dream destination because it just keeps getting bigger. It's so exciting,
Well, and going back to the people that I'll be meeting, the connections that are happening now that I'm getting ready to leave. How things are unfolding. There are these powerful connections that are showing up, and so I'm so looking forward to seeing what unfolds there. And and this has been confirmed by several people that there may be a gentleman that I'll be meeting along.
Oh, wow!
We'll see.
Oh,
There's nothing like putting that out there.
Oh, wow. It's multifaceted now.
What'd you say?
It's multifaceted. Don't hold back. Do it all. And that's wonderful. Wow.
Right? You say I'm going to come back a changed person.
I do believe
Yes, I will. Yeah.
I do believe it.
We'll see. We'll see, because that's a big thing for, I think, people to take away, is that when you're willing to step into these bigger dreams and step outside or past that comfort zone, that, oh my goodness, like a whole big wave of like things that you've been wanting can come in, because it's like that up leveling. You're stepping in, expanding that your consciousness and your comfort zone, and you can let more in.
Absolutely. I'm a firm believer in that. I have lived it. I've done it. So my question is, should I move into talking more about this process at this point? Would you like to share more about that? Or do you want to, let's go back, because I could go all over the place. I could juice you for details all day long.
Well, let's keep the audience hanging on for just a second, because we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll dive into the next juicy topic.
Okie dokie, yay!
Are you an Awakened Goddess Show insider? Each and every month, our members receive lots of fantastic perks, including behind-the-scenes conversations from the show, outrageously fun virtual happy hours, bonus meditations, powerful activations, and healing energy work with the guests, exclusive gifts and private readings, on-demand access to the show, plus an invite to join our private community. Visit our website today at theawakenedgoddess.com for more information. Now back to the show. Let's dive into the next juicy topic. What do you have for me, Rhonda?
Okay, well, there's so many. Everything's so exciting. This is like opening a present that just keeps going and going and going, unpackaging more goodies.
Well, yeah, because you know what? Honestly, I'm when I'm doing the show, I'm really focusing on the guests. So I appreciate this opportunity to actually talk about myself, because a lot of times I don't. I'm like, hey, let's talk about you. So
and this is
good.
Great. I mean, this is a gift, and then we all get to know you at a deeper level. And I think the giving of yourself, of course, it unfolds and blooms within us. And I I can't thank you enough for number one, allowing me to do the interview. Because we all know that is not my area of expertise, but I enjoy being on the show with you. I enjoy any time with you. But you know, I would wish or to hope that you would think of this as like, the gift that you are giving us, the gift to peek inside Angela's mind and unwrap all the goodies that you. Just a lot. We could make this about 4 to 5, maybe 6 hour show if we wanted to, because you've got so much. You've got so much that it's hard to cram it all down. But we're gonna go in this direction now. I want to talk about whenever you were talking before our break, you were really getting into the experience and living the experience. So I want to know, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. I want to go into, is the envisioning process, or is it the envision experience that you do?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to actually. I just want you to unpack it. I don't want to get into too much with it. I'll ask questions later. I want to hear from beginning to end. If we wanted, if someone signs up to go through this with you, what happens? Tell us all about it, and then I'll just see if there's anything. It may be so complete that I may not need to say.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. So one of the things that I have found with myself and with other people, that when you ask them, what do you want? The first thing that we often say is something general, like, oh, I want to, get married, I want to pay off debt, I want to buy a new car. So I find that we really limit what we ask for. We're not dreaming big enough, really. And I started to understand how challenging that was when I started creating the Envision experience, or doing Envision movies with people, because I started doing these
movies. Okay.
Movies, I know, right? That's where the whole. So that's where it started. Was I had this idea, and I created an Envision movie for myself. And at the time, my focus was at getting the show on television, and finding a producer, and then also having a studio audience. And so through this process, I did it for myself. I created a movie, and I brought forward this vision I had. And I gave it so much detail that I was able to step into it while I'm talking about it. In my mind's eye, I could visualize myself experiencing it in this reality. So it was like there's a second self in an alternate reality, already experiencing this reality I'm living in now. And I think I'm getting a little, down the Thule path. So back to.
This is good. It's good.
Right. So back to back to the dreaming big. Right. So I found that people get really protective and afraid to ask for what they really want. First, we stop ourselves from dreaming that big, because it's like we've convinced ourselves that we can't have it, or it's not possible. And that's just old programming. But that's the first part of the Envision experience is you and me. I'm helping. Now it's in a group format, so I help you start dreaming bigger, really big, and start stretching those comfort zones, right? So it's like I keep, right? You start with one thing, one goal, and I help you kind of unpack it and expand it and keep stretching and see how big we can make it. And then it's
I'm
like
gonna cry.
right? Yeah. So because it's like we need to really expand it out, because if we're starting here, then we might get this, right? But if we really bring it out, then we're going to get, somewhere in between. So we have to really start getting comfortable with these bigger visions, these bigger dreams that we have for ourselves. So that's the first step, is getting comfortable even expressing that to yourself and out loud, because we can confuse ourselves, and that's like the ego trying to keep us small and keep us safe. And so it's like I help you step into what is my bigger dream? What do I really want? If anything was possible, which that's the space I hold, is that anything is possible. So that's like the first step. And then from there, what happens is all this old crap comes up and says, yeah, that's not possible. So we go through a process to declutter all of that old crap and release those old beliefs and kind of detoxify and peel away the layers that, and do very simple, practical things to help keep those old beliefs, old thoughts to the side. Because really, I designed the program for only 28 days because I feel like you really want to stay focused and let go of all of I don't want to do a lot of fluffy stuff. It's like we're on a mission here. And so then we step into creating what this vision looks like. What does it feel like? What does it taste like? What does it smell like? What does it sound like? And so you are bringing this 5D alternate reality into 3D. So it's like we're bringing it through 5D, 4D, 3D into this reality. And so when we start, I call it the envisioning process. So when we start envisioning it and talking as if it's happening now, and we can step into it in our mind's eye and envision it and get to the place where we're feeling in our body, our arm hairs are standing up, we're getting goosebumps, and just feeling that energy of how big that is. Then you start rewiring your brain to believe that that's your new reality. And when you do that, it just naturally has to start showing up.
I love this. No, I am all about this process because it's stuff that I use with myself, and so I am all about that. And I love it. And, and stepping into that and changing, into a different reality, stepping into it and putting yourself in the place. But what I want to know more about are these movies, these movies that you're talking about. Tell me about these movies, because that is very intriguing. That is not something that I have touched on at all.
So that's the cherry on top.
Tell us.
That's the cherry on top, because when we go through this process and it's like this buildup, right? And then I get you in this state where you are living in that reality. You are fully there. And then I capture it on camera. Then I produce a short video, and you get to watch your future self tell you exactly how you manifested it, or what it feels like, what it's like living in that reality. And so you have this video that you can watch every day. You can watch it when you wake up, you can watch it before you go to bed, and every time you watch it, it can pull you right back into that state of living that. So it's kind of like it's a full-on personalized, almost like a vision board in motion. But it's not like
That's
pictures.
Way better than a vision board.
Right.
Way better than a vision. Well, yeah. I mean, honestly, because, I know lots of people have done vision boards, myself included, even taught workshops and stuff. Yeah. And I would see people get frustrated and use their vision board against themselves. Like, oh, I'm not feeling it right. I'm doing it wrong. If I can't get to whatever this is on my vision board. And it's like there's this big breakdown in the steps of really feeling into it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're taking it there. So I would say it's like a vision board on speed or something. Yeah. Way better. To me, that's just a way better concept. And I'll even go further to say.
Yeah, okay, because you're watching yourself. You're not looking at images of someone else's beautiful house or someone else's car or this hot guy. No, you are actually in that alternate reality. And so it's like going out to that reality, pulling back this experience, and then you can relive it through your future self. Yeah, it's like a complete time-bending, mind-bending experience.
Oh, it's so complete. I mean, we could do volumes on this, and I love this. I love this because I've seen so many people just fall down in the breakdown of like the vision board. And personally, for myself, I'm going to have to say I'm a huge fan of video. I've seen the power of it, and it's genius that you put this package together in this way. Because I'm just going to throw a little tidbit out there, and then we'll get back on track. But years ago, there was a movie put out called The Secret, and yes. I saw it like immediately after it was put out, and I was like, none of this is new information to me. I know all of this, but you see the interviewers are there and they are in that state whenever they're doing the videos. They have just achieved it and they're talking and you're feeling it from the state, from them. And I'm like, and that's when I knew I was doing video. After spending a lifetime of hiding on the opposite end of the camera. There are years of my life that are not documented because I've always hidden from the camera, hidden from video. And I saw the power of that and I'm like, oh no, that's right. And it's like, you have taken down this concept and it's not somebody else that we're feeling the feelings with them. Now we're going to feel the feelings with ourselves. It's just better than the vision board. It's better than watching somebody feel great on camera and you feel it with them. It's yourself. I mean, it's huge. It's huge. It's brilliant. I love it.
Thank you. Well, and two, not only do you have that video to help remind you, but there's something about getting into that full embodied state where once you feel it one time, you can get yourself back in that state. And so it does take practice because you can go back to the old mindset. But once you feel it and you know what it feels like, and you've brought in all of those rich details, then it's just like that. I can awesome. Even while we're talking, I can envision in the background.
That's awesome. I would put that thing on a loop. No, I mean, because literally, I have used video with family members and stuff to break the programming, to break the everyday programming. And think if you could put that video of yourself up. And I put, things that were feel-good videos, positive things whenever I've had ill family members that were sick and things like that. Instead of going to the news and buying into that reality, it's fabricated a lot of times. Won't go into that. You can break that pattern and reprogram yourself by watching yourself. By watching yourself do it now instead of something else. I think that is brilliant. But I believe in the power of that. I mean, I'm also even a person there's nothing better than that weekend crashing on the couch, falling asleep with a really good movie on. I'm very protective of what goes into my subconscious. So I will not fall asleep to just anything I want. The news, I'll never have that on. But, if you have this type of thing to watch right before you go to bed at night and you see yourself and you're feeling that again, and you break that pattern and you reprogram yourself, I think it's brilliant. I mean, I am just blown away by you taking this to the movie experience.
Right?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. When is this program starting?
I'm starting at the beginning of November is the next round is
The
my
next round,
my plan.
28
Yeah.
days. Do people have a lot of homework to do within this 28 days, or is it something that gradually comes on and in the end you finish with the finale of the movie, or you give them
It
time to build into
well,
that? I'm
uh,
curious.
yeah, so I each week has a video and then there is an experiential exercise. So everything is very intentional. So there's not a lot of fluffy homework. It's very pointed, and but it's not easy. I'll tell you that. Because I'm asking for you to really claim what you want and really dive deep and really get focused in. I'm not talking about all the other stuff, little pretty like frilly stuff. We're getting right in there. That's the thing about how I work. I like to work really deep because it's like go right, laser focus right for what you want.
Oh
This
wow,
is like my
that's
little hidden gem. I haven't
I
really,
love
talked a
it.
whole lot about it, but yeah, yeah, it's very, very
That is
powerful.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That sounds very exciting. Okay, well, listen to me. I'm going into one of my things, and there'll be a link at the bottom of the video to for more information. It's coming up. Sign up now. Sign
Yes.
up now.
Well, yeah. If you guys want more information, go to theawakenedgoddess.com/envision hyphen experience. Yeah,
Okay.
envision hyphen experience. It's kind of long, but hey, if you can't find your way there, then it may not be the right time.
I love it. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, let's get the direct link. Let's get that. That's amazing.
So let me just I want to say right after I did my first envision experience or my first movie, I felt like my brain was doing gymnastics. Like, and I had a hard time. I literally felt very out of body, like I wasn't sure if I was in like which reality was the correct one. So that was like the first experience I had. And then within like the next morning when I woke up, I had a new high level client that I had never talked to before. And she signed up without me talking with her. And that was brilliant. So that was a nice surprise. And then within a week, I was connected with some producers and we were talking about filming a pilot for the Awakened Goddess show. Now, that was an interesting experience, right? That was very fast. And, talk about, be careful what you ask for. You want to be really, really clear on knowing what you want. And, when you haven't had an experience before, sometimes things are better in fantasy than reality. Until you know exactly what you want. Like you don't know until you step in. So that whole experience was such a beautiful learning experience for me. It didn't pan out for the long term because we had ultimately had different visions by the sixth conversation, and so I had to make a really tough decision to like pull out of the opportunity. But wow, I learned so much, and it was so powerful to see how quickly that manifested when I really stepped in and claimed that that's what I wanted. That was really
That is
powerful.
amazing. And
Yeah.
in the past conversations we've had, you've taken me on little journeys before. Stage layouts and everything like that for the show. I mean, it's amazing. You access it like bam, and I'm like, how
Yeah.
did you do that so fast? It's because you've done this process.
Yeah.
You've done this process, and you are ready. I'm like, you are ready.
Well, and as you're saying that, it's making me realize that um, being ready is so important because when that next opportunity comes about, I can step in even that much faster. And there won't be, I'll know, okay, this is what it feels like up to this point. And then I'll be into like, let's feel this out and follow my intuition. But I have a clearer understanding of what I value about my show, where my boundaries are, what I'm okay with, what I'm not okay with. And so that empowers me to take, be very clear for the next opportunity that shows up. And I think that, this is a really important thing for people to hear, is that there is always going to be another opportunity. It may not be exactly what you think you want. It could be something a little different. And we have to be open to, setting this idea, this intention of what we want and being able to visualize it, but then also being open to bigger and better possibilities.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you're not closing yourself off and saying this is the only path. You're
Right.
just, you're accepting the path as it's there, as you're bringing it and you're building upon all of it, but it can always grow
Well,
and
and
enlarge
also,
and expand.
yeah, also not beating yourself up or getting disappointed if that one particular opportunity does not pan out.
Yes.
And understand that there is a higher reason why it didn't pan out.
Absolutely.
That's where the magic happens. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like an amazing program. Okay, everybody check that out.
Yes. I also want to give a shout out to another person that did an Envision movie, and she went through the Envision experience, and one of the things she was envisioning was she was starting a new dog sitting business.
Mm-hmm.
And she was envisioning that she will become Oprah's dog sitter. This is like the long-term vision, right? Talk about dreaming big. Why not? Oh, and let me say, the reason why it's important to do this in a group is that we're creating this sacred container where your biggest dreams are held in a sacred space, and we're all believing in that you will be able to achieve that. But I want to say that right after she did this, after she did her movie, that her dog sitting business took off, and she has been getting consistent dog sitting jobs since she did that. And she was just like, oh my gosh, this is blowing me away.
Oh, it's awesome. Well, that's because she stepped into it. She just embraced it and moved forward right into it. Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah. And she actually does have a connection, a 2-degree connection to Oprah.
It's a matter of time then. And I guess it'll happen pretty soon.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. She's putting it out there.
Awesome. That is, yeah. You need to have her testimonial up so we can all be reminded of that. That's amazing. That's really cool.
Yeah. Well, and that's the beauty of when you fully step in and you're feeling it and you're living in that full envisioned state. Synchronicities happen just like that. Things start lining up because you're in that same vibrational frequency of this dream, this vision that you have. And so things just start magically showing up. It's so exciting.
Oh, I love it. Golly. Wow. That is amazing.
Yeah. So
genius. Did I say genius? I said genius.
Oh, Rhonda, you always make me blush.
No, it's genius. I love it. It really is. I believe in the power of video. I've seen it firsthand so many times.
Yeah.
I believe in the power of video enough to step in front of a camera after hiding my entire life. I've seen that much of a difference. I can only imagine what going through that process is like with you in that program. My God.
Yes.
So
it's
many
pure
people
magic.
It's amazing. That is incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. So thank you for that little journey.
Yes. My pleasure.
I got chills of excitement.
So let's take another quick break and then let's come back and talk about another really cool thing.
Okay, let's do it.
Have you created vision boards? listened to meditations, and read books on how the law of attraction works, yet you're still not where you want to be? The key to manifesting is focusing your attention on your big dreams consistently, fully embodying the feeling as if it's already happening. And that's why I created the EnVision experience, a revolutionary and simple 28-day process for powerful quantum level dream manifesting. So if this sounds interesting to you, I'd love for you to join us. You can find out more at theawakenedgoddess.com/envision-experience. Now back to the show. So I'm having so much fun with you, Rhonda. This is, I wish we could just like do every show together because this is so much fun.
I would love that. We'll have to do something down the road.
Yes, we have magical things in the works.
Yes. Speaking of magical things in the works, I do understand that you're going to change up the show format coming up soon when you return.
Yes.
When you return from your trip, right?
Yes, this is a big announcement. Yes, and
Okay.
Thank you for asking me because I haven't made this public yet. So the show is now going to go to a 30-minute format. The show has been, for the last 3 years, has been an hour-long show. And so it's going to still be an hour-long show, technically, but I'm breaking it into 2 parts. So for the podcast on iTunes, for Facebook Live, and for television, it's going to be the first 30 minutes of the show. So the more of the formal interview part. And then the second half I'm reserving for Awakened Goddess Show members. That will be a highly experiential portion of the show. That's a big thing about the show for quite a while now. I have been integrating asking guests to lead us through experiences, exercises, things like that. Because as I said in the beginning of the show, it's really important for me to have you guys actually implement the information you learn. And so that's why I thought this would be a beautiful thing to do is have the 30 minutes for the interview and then 30 minutes of where we dive even deeper into the material and go through some sort of experience. So that really helps you integrate it. Because I know that we have so much pulling at our attention and our time that I know it is hard. It can be hard for people to commit to watching a show for 60 minutes. And this gives you the opportunity to, take a look at the first portion, the interview part, and then decide if you want to dive in deeper. And yeah, so that is for Awakened Goddess Show members.
Well, you know what is really, I like this idea of the format. I know that we need to wrap up your time with this, but I like the idea of, because just a long conversation or whatever, you do lose people. And then you give, that 30 minutes, but then with the membership and you can go deeper. And then that's a half-hour experience there too. So to me, it seems like it's a more complete process. And right. I actually think that that's actually very generous to offer it that way. There's still half hour out there for people that want to watch it. But I just feel like you're probably going to gain a much larger audience by saving the experiential processes in the membership forum. I mean, absolutely. I think that would be incredible. And I actually think that's very generous of you to put these experiences together now so that we can come in and do this, in the 30-minute slot that we're given with it. Well, what else comes with the membership? So you just sign in and you sign up for a membership. You have a link for all that below. And so we have a special form that we get to access the experiences. How does that work?
Yeah, so I have created everything on my website. So you still go to theawakenedgoddess.com and then there's a place to log in. And then depending on your level, there's bronze, silver, and gold. That allows you participate in whatever content is at that level. And there's like a members dashboard. So my goal is to make it super, super easy. So you can simply just click on a button. I have nice big buttons and, give you direction of where you'll find each thing. Because I just want to make it easy. Give you the information, give you the content, let you dive in, have an experience, and just play with all this amazing content.
That's awesome. You've broken that down. I don't think I can simplify that any more than that's fantastic. I think I really love the concept of where you're moving with the new design of the program, and I think it's a fantastic offer to be able to, instead of just listen to the interviews, to be able to have that opportunity to step aside and go deeper into the content for those things that completely resonate with you. I think it's amazing. And I look forward to seeing how things progress from here. I love it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and I realize that even for myself, that when we pay for something, then we value it more. And it's really when you think about it, it's not that you're just buying something. You're investing in yourself. You're investing in your spiritual growth. And the dollar amounts, the levels are very reasonable. And so you think about, if you get all of this amazing content, and for example, at the gold level, members level, you have the opportunity to win, like every week, like a guest will offer a private reading, private activation, or different things. And you have the opportunity to get that one-on-one time with someone, and you're simply paying a monthly membership amount, and you automatically get entered into that drawing. So it's incredible.
So you don't have to think about it. You don't have to remember to enter. It's already
easy.
For you. And it's so easy.
Yeah, just this last week, there was an item for an activation, and the activation retails at like $275. And one of our gold members won it, and she was absolutely thrilled. And that experience is going to really help her amplify her ability to receive abundance. So, I mean, it's incredible.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love it. I love it. Well, everybody knows how to find the information on that now. I'm excited about your new format. I'm excited about your trip. I'm excited about the Envision experience movie. Possible. Oh, wow. All that. So much good stuff. I know we could actually take this to several hours of a talk.
I know. You and I, we could chat forever. We could chat forever. But yeah, and we do have a time limit and, TV time. So, but thank you, Rhonda, for joining me today. And thank you. You are an amazing interviewer as well. So thank you thank you for interviewing me today.
Thank you so much. It's been a ball. I always love every minute that I can have with you. So I have to jump on any opportunity I can get.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Awakened Goddess Show. I hope you enjoyed today's guest and got something you can start using in your life right away. For more spiritual insights and to listen to more episodes, subscribe to The Awakened Goddess Show at theawakenedgoddess.com and discover wisdom that'll change your life.